Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here, continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do. We're on the jam session. We cook up every single game, every single day, man. Yesterday, we did drop our NBA play of the day. We had the Orlando Magic. I really liked the spot for them, man. They had a lot to gain and low-key, a lot to lose, man. And they really didn't even show up. Milwaukee smashed them. Who are the Milwaukee Bucks? I think is the million-dollar question. We seen them struggle last week, losing to teams like Washington, Memphis. And then this week they come out, smash Boston, smash Orlando. It's going to be really interesting seeing how the seeding end up shaking out in the East. See who Milwaukee ends up facing first round. This is a team that could go all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. This is also a team that could be bounced first round again for the second year in a row. So we'll see, man. The Milwaukee Bucks are a really interesting team. A lot of interesting things going on in the NBA, man. One play we did hit yesterday was my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks, as they kicked the crap out of the Miami Heat. Shout out the Mavs, man. Low-key the hottest team in the NBA right now, heading into the postseason. We know who our postseason matchup will be. It's the Clippers, man. I am the most happiest man on the planet. Y'all already know how I feel about the Clippers. Fuck them! Respectfully, Mavs in 5. Mavs in 5. I cannot wait for that playoff series, man. I'm too turned for that one. We smashed with the Mavs last night. We also hit with the Thunder Buddies as they took the San Antonio Spurs behind the woodshed, man. So 2-1 for us last night. Of course, I wish I hit the play of the day with the Orlando Magic. I really did like the spot for them. But we'll bounce back on the play of the day today. We've hit 10 of our last 16 on that. You guys can hop on something long-term as we're still looking for some value here in the last couple days of the regular season. And with the postseason on the horizon, the best thing to do is hop on something long-term as we try to kick the crap out of the postseason just like we did the regular season. Man, I really do appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls that continue to tune in and watch this video. If you appreciate the content that I do, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter and Instagram all day long. There's a link for that in the description below. And, of course, I have premium plays over at the site. Small card, just 5 games. But y'all know the drill, man. We're finna cook it up and try to smash it per usual, man. So without further ado, let's do exactly that. Let's make some money tonight. And let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get her done. First game up, we got your Chicago Bulls, man. The Bulls out on the road laying 9.5 on the Detroit Pistons. Look, Chicago, they have something minimal to play for in this basketball game. Technically, still haven't locked up the home game in that 9-10 matchup in the East versus the Atlanta Hawks, but basically, it's already locked up. Look, do I think the Bulls win the game? 9 times out of 10, yes. Do I feel comfortable laying points with Chicago? 9.5, basically needing them to win by double digits here? No, I do not. As you see, the Pistons, they've been a decent ATS team all season. They're 50-50. 39-1 ATS. I think they have a legitimate shot to keep this game severely competitive. What has been our problem with the Bulls all season? When they play the good teams, they play up to the competition. They usually play them pretty tough, pretty well. But when they play the bad teams, it's the same thing. They play down to their competition. The bad teams usually play them fairly tough, and that's why the Bulls are who they are. Don't trust Chicago laying double digits on the road. I'm not necessarily rushing to bet this game. Cade Cunningham is game time decision for the Detroit Pistons. I also see Alex Caruso, Dosunmu, and Drummond game time decision for Chicago. Chicago, something minimal to play for here. I just don't see them coming out here going balls to the wall to kick the crap out of a bad team like Detroit. I think Detroit has all the value on them with the double digits. I'm going to lean towards the Pistons here in our first game of the day. Next game up, we got the New York Knicks out on the road facing the Boston Celtics. Celtics, 2.5-point home dogs in this one, man. This line has did some moving overnight. Injury report-wise, the Knicks coming to this game fully healthy. The Celtics, well, everybody's game time decision. That's why the line has done all this moving. Jaylen Brown, game time decision. Porzingis, game time decision. Horford, game time decision. Holiday, game time decision. Tillman, game time decision. In all honesty, if I'm betting the game, I'm betting the Celtics. Unless I have a clear and concise reason to fade them, I will not do so. And I know half the roster may be out or is on the injury report, but still, the Celtics have won every meeting over the Knicks this season. Every meeting. They're 4-0 versus them this season. 108, 104, 114, 98, 133, 123, 116, 102. It's going to be the 5th road game in the last 6 games for the Knicks. I hate the roster manipulation going on right now. Welcome to April NBA basketball right before the playoffs. But with all the looming injuries here, it's hard to want to bet Boston here. But the line is still only 2.5. You know what I mean? Boston has been dominant at home this season. How many losses do they have at home this year? Let me pull that up for y'all. Off the top of my head, Boston. Computer moving slow. Anyways. The Celtics, man, they're just not a fade for me. They're just not a fade. I don't trust the Knicks. At home this season, the Celtics, they've only lost 3 games, bro. 3. 35-3 at home this season. I don't trust the Knicks to be a team to go in there and beat them. I just don't. So I'm on Boston at the plus money here in this one. I want to see the injury report clear up as well. Like, of course, I want to see who is in the game before I officially bet it. But if they're going to give me Celtics at home plus money, where they've only lost 3 games all season, against a team they've kicked the crap out of all season 4 times, sign me up. Give me the Celtics here in this one. Next game up, we got the Houston Rockets out on the road versus the Utah Jazz. Jazz, 10.5-point home dogs. The Jazz have waved the white flag on the season. The Jazz are done. Stick a fork in them. They did that a couple weeks ago. We noticed that, and we've been fading their ass. The Rockets, they're still fighting tough, man, to the end. You know what I mean? They went through a tough stretch, and they lost to some really good teams who are in the playoffs and needed some games for playoff seeding. The T-Wolves, the Warriors, the Mavs, the Heat. But they did beat that Orlando Magic team in that last one. We had a money line. It was our play of the day that day. And that game against the Mavs, I was in attendance. Bro, they jumped out to a 24-5 lead to start the game and should have won that game had Jabari Smith hit at least one free throw with 8 seconds left on the clock. We know what happened after that. Exum pushed the ball to Luka. Luka back to Exum at the buzzer. OT. And the Mavs with the legacy 9-point cover in overtime. It was beautiful. But I still have seen some fight from the Houston Rockets, man. These boys can still finish the season above 500 with games against the Jazz, the Blazers, and the Clippers. So if they win here, they're 500. They beat the Blazers, they're 1 game above 500. And then comes down to that Clipper game, which the Clippers may rest people. So I'm on the Rockets here. There's a reason they're double-digit favorites in Utah. Rockets, I feel like they're trying to establish some momentum heading into next year. The Jazz, they could care less. Just look at everybody they're sitting. Clarkson out, Dunn out, Collins out, Sexton out, Kessler out. Done with the Jazz. Give me Houston. I'm going to lay the points with these boys out on the road. Next game up, we got the Golden State Warriors laying 13.5 on the Blazers. Not a bettable game for me. No value really for me in this game. Small lean on the Golden State Warriors, but that's about it. Golden State, something minimal to play for. Nothing drastic, though. I could see them kind of going through the motions here. You know, playing double digits on the road makes me a little nervous. This has been their spot. Golden State has been a money-making team on the road this season. They should, on a normal night, kick the crap out of the Blazers, but you know, it's the end of the season. Laying double digits kind of makes me a little skittish right now. Small lean on the Warriors. They should kick the crap out of Portland, but I wouldn't be surprised if they rested guys near the end of the game. and we're relying on backups to cover a double-digit spread. You know what I mean? Make me a little nervous, but I do think the play is Golden State. Last and final game of the night, the most important game tonight, we got the New Orleans Pelicans and the Sacramento Kings, man. The reason I say this is the most important game tonight is because this one has major playoff implications. Right now in the West, the Pelicans are the 6th seed and the Kings are the 8th seed. The Pelicans have a 2-game lead on Sacramento, but the Kings only have a half-game lead on the Los Angeles Lakers. So a loss here for Sacramento could send them into that 9-10 game against the Warriors, depending on how things end up shaking up. So it's a huge game for Sacramento. The Pelicans, it's a huge game for them as well, as they're trying to stay out of the play-in games and fight off Phoenix. So both teams really need a win here in this basketball game. I'm going to roll with New Orleans, bro. I'm rolling with New Orleans. I think New Orleans is the better basketball team. I know they're missing Ingram. I know the Kings at home have been solid. But I got to roll with New Orleans here, man. I just think New Orleans is the better basketball team, and I think they match up quite well with what Sacramento is trying to do. Now, in all honesty, I think this is a 50-50 game. Like, I think it's damn near flip a coin. Like, you know, it's one of them style games. Like, Sacramento's the favorite here because they're at home. This is really a pick 'em. You feel me? And that's how I see it, too. That's how I really see this game. I'm going to lean towards New Orleans. Pray that Zion has a really nice game. McCollum gets off. It's a tough one. It's actually one of the toughest games I've had all season. It's a 50-50 game, though. I hate to say that on the best game on the card, but me personally, I'm going to tell you, not a premium, but I am going to bet New Orleans. It's how this one's going to shake out. We'll see. We'll see how this one ends up shaking out, though. The Pelicans have dominated the Kings, so I just don't see what changes. It's kind of my thought process. Kind of like I was talking about the Celtics earlier. They've dominated the Knicks, and they're at home. I love bounce back and revenge spots, but sometimes revenge don't even matter. Sometimes the team just owns you, and that's been the case with New Orleans as they've won all 4 against Sacramento this season. 129-93, 117-112, 127-117, 133-100. And with all the chips on the table, I think they get them again, even on the road. So, TNT game, 9 o'clock start time here for me. Can't wait to watch this one. I'm going to be on the Pelicans, though. They beat them all 4 meetings this season. I think they make it a 5th. Give me New Orleans here and our last and final game of the night. And that's going to conclude this episode of my NBA Jam Session. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls that continue to tune in and watch this video. If you appreciate the content that I do, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long. There's a link for that in the description below. And, of course, I have premium plays over at the site, including my NBA play of the day. We did drop it yesterday. We had the Orlando Magic. Thought they were going to show up, man. They had a lot of things to gain yesterday, really, and a lot to lose. And they didn't show up at all. Happens. We did go 2-3 yesterday, though. Hit the Mavs, hit the Thunder Buddies. I really wanted that Magic. Just didn't come to fruition. But we'll bounce back on that NBA play of the day today. We've hit 10 of our last 16. We'll get back on track on it today, man. You can scoop it up. Or you can hop on something long-term with the NBA playoffs on the horizon. You can also join my All Access Club. The information for that is in the description below. Money Making Thursday. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs, man. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I'm out of here. Peace.